And we're back. Welcome to Bard's Gaming Corner. Playing Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. The first. And as you can see in our last sessions, we got our butts kicked a lot by ghosts, shadows. And in the meantime, I already loaded up the game and went and rested at the Black Hound Inn. I thought it may be a little bit boring for you to see me giving my characters run to the Black Hound Inn, resting and running back again to this point. So here we are. And let's hope we can find the corpses. This is a very tough dungeon. And it has always been this way. Mostly I've played this with 4 characters. So after we clear this dungeon, we're gonna search for our 4th character, our 4th party member. What's this? Ah, the mouse is doing something weird. And we're also gonna be a little bit, well, clear in the head, because in our last sessions, well, we made a mess of it. Let's use scouting.
Easy now.
Easy now. Our enemy is black ooze. Well, we can deal with those guys. Those shadows. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. Again. Well, let's use second wind. We're gonna use that. Where's the shadow? Behind me. Oh, there. Let's use. Immune. You are not. Hands.
I'm here.
Running away isn't the smartest thing to do.
We gotta take better care of Eothas.
Again. That doesn't help against black ooze.
Hey.
Okay. Well, that went well. Looking at this, I may be the worst RPG player in history. Anything else here?
Of course.
Ah.
Let's keep quiet.
Remind me never to help kill my god again.
Well, these look like corpses. I think this is what we're looking for. Light rises from the bones as you approach. You have a moment to register the faintest image of a standing figure. Features a blur of mist or smoke before the world tilts. It is as you have stepped sideways and into a new life. You are racing down a flight of stairs, following a weaving circle of torchlight. Your own panting breaths are loud in your ears. Panic and your ropes alike foul your steps, and you nearly stumble before a hand reaches out to grip your arm and steady you. A fellow acolyte who smiles encouragement as you reach the bottom. You run around and past the shadows reflection pool that marks the lowest point of the temple, following the dark shapes of the older priests as they lead the way towards the narrow hall that leads to the vault. Past one of the torchbearers as you go. Harsh illumination of the flames reveals a familiar face. For a moment, your awareness spans time and identity, and you think Wharton has joined you. Oh yeah, that's the guy at the beginning of the temple. Here at the bottom, or the entrance of the temple. At the bottom of the temple. In the memory, he glances at you for a moment and then looks past at someone else. I'll come back once they're gone, he's saying. You're being pressed along by the crowd, and his words have grown faint. Just keep quiet, we can't take any chances. Inside the vault, golden relics gleam like welcoming stars. The memory twists, jarring you loose from one moment and plunging you into another like a flung doll. There's only darkness around you now. You think yourself blinded, and another settles onto you like a cloak. The candles have all burned away. You know now, too, with a sick certainty that nobody is coming. There's a cracking noise somewhere to your left, wet slurping gurgle and a ragged sob. You cannot see, and so you cannot know which brother or sister has fallen, or which digs after what water a body may provide. You hear in the faint murmuring to your right the familiar cadence of prayer, but you no longer recognize the words. You're too tired to do harm. The thirst is like fire within you. Your tongue is thick in your throat, and every breath is a struggle that leeches strength from you. There's a light, they said, set at any end of every bout of darkness, but this one does not end. The spirit releases you, and you come back to yourself in pieces. Your vision clears, and the vault around you is revealed once more, cast in muted hues by the sickly illumination of the soul drifting like faded fog. Fear wafts off the spirit in waves, fraying at your own emotions. I'm sorry, I hope you find some peace in the next life. The spirit seems to withdraw into itself. You sense less of its fear and confusion as it recedes, but the soul lingers still. No matter how many times I see you staring off at nothing, it doesn't get less weird. Gather the remains. You spend a few moments gathering up what you can find of the bones of the priests. It proves a heavy and gruesome burden, but you manage to recover them all. Let's talk to Wharton. I think he's got some explaining to do. Money. Let's tread carefully here. We don't want to set off another track. Oh yeah, let's...
I shall be discreet.
Not prescribed, yes.
It's done.
BXP. Gone share. Unique flail, one-handed, fast. And a pry bar. Good for prying open certain types of containers, but not especially useful on door due to the uneven and narrow distribution of its leverage. You need some. Sometimes you need tools, like a hook and hammer or a rope. Adra. Is there anything else here? No, we got everything. Alright. Explore. Oh, we can use it. Yeah, the ghost here, I'm gonna leave them alone for now. I'm gonna find Wharton. House called as well, we can deal with those. And we're gonna use all our spells this time. Yes.
Hi? Lava! How may I help?
Yeah, let's use Crucible of the Soul. Use it on him. Use Second Wind before he croaks.
How may I help? Get off!
Lava!
At least try to hit
Hey.
him. Okay, that was a very tough fight, but we came out alright. Well, we got some injuries here, concussion, but we're gonna leave the dungeon in a moment. And then we
Indeed.
can rest in the inn again. Anything else? Oh, there. A bell. Oh, finally a helmet we can use. Pilgrim's Lasting Vigil. Properties of resolve +1, of perception +1. Looks like a paladin helmet, so you are gonna use it. Resolve is for fortitude. Well, let's see what it does. Yeah, reflex and will are increased. Good. Save. We can exit here. Well, we're gonna do everything in this dungeon. Now, as you step over the circle of candles, you hear a rattling clunk from the wall nearby. The door slides open with the grinding rasp of stone. Ah. Exit from there. And let's pick up those candles. Candles flicker gently as you approach. There's a gap above the altar lined with broken glass where a mirror may once have been set into the wall.
The candles are still burning. Not bad for a dead god.
What's this all for?
Redemption. They got this whole right for when you come of age. They take you by the hand and you descend through the temple with your eyes covered, and that's supposed to be like a wicked life. They don't tell you where you're going. I was sweating like crazy when I did mine. They take you to that reflecting pool back there, and you're allowed to look at it so you can face your sins. Then, you come out into this room, and they uncover your eyes again, and everyone's there to greet you, all your friends and family. It's like you've been redeemed. You light your candle, and it burns with the others. Never had a feeling better than that my whole life.
Vidare's eyes linger on the candles, and he seems to, for a moment, to be a younger man.
The candles are still burning. Not bad for a dead god.
Nothing. He reaches out to pinch one of the burning wicks. Smoke rises in a thin trail from the candle. Nothing else appears to happen.
They made him strong enough to survive time, but not thoughtlessness, looks like.
Oops. Well, that's me.
It was nice to see those candles still burning. I figured they'd have gone out by now.
Okay, yeah. Greatness. Here, I think we're in the next week. Yeah, here.
Hail and well met.
You lied to me. What? Written Grimm's uncertainly. Was clear about everything, the risk involved. Is that what you mean? I did say they reach spires. I'll pay you, of course, for the trouble. You and I both know what they saw down there and what they told me. Weirton opens his mouth to protest, but something in your expression stops him. He swallows nervously and looks away. His voice when he speaks is small. How did you? The place is full of shadows, spirits of those you killed. That's not... He eyes you fearfully. I didn't kill them right up until the end. You don't understand. I tried to help them. I did. Every day, every single day I went to the temple and I warned them. I told them that they were playing with fire and rhetoric wouldn't be patience forever. And every time they shrugged it off, like I didn't know what I was talking about, like it wasn't costing me coming in to try and help them. I could have been arrested right alongside them. You worked for rhetoric. Wharton gives a bleak laugh. Yes, but not anymore. It's been a long time since I held a blade. He hesitates. I knew what was coming. It was their own damn stupidity that kept them in there. I couldn't understand. Every warning I gave they ignored. The Rectrix, he said they'd be reborn anyhow, so it didn't matter. He grimaces. So she got what she wanted, her martyrdom. Raedric ordered us to round them up, lock them in the cells. I convinced them to hide at least. They'd have that vault full of old relics, gold and such. I thought they could hide in there, and once the guards left, they'd have something to sell for passage out of Deerwood. Back to Adir. But when I told the men that the priest had already gone, they ordered the temple sealed. I couldn't get in again. Britton shakes his head. There was nothing I could do. Adir's eyes are wide, disbelieving. Nothing you could do but tell someone, get the town together, or organize a rescue. I'd have dug them out with my own hands if I'd known. There were some of the last decent folk left in this hole. Now we've all got left is people like you. Why did you send me down there? Because if Lord Raedric means to have the temple cleared, they would have found the bones eventually. They'd known I lied to them when I said the priest left, and I'd hang. Ritten's shoulders sag. I don't know if Raedric would have killed him. Maybe they'd be languishing in cells now. Maybe they'd be off somewhere in the Empire, and I'd have a nice peace. I told you the way of it. Wharton says, his voice rough. I told you what happened. Guess it's your turn now to make a decision. Paladin, so it's not too late to make amends. Wharton lets out the breath he was holding. I'm not sure if that's true. It's been years now. What I'm supposed to do? Bury their bones? Try to lead a better life than you have so far. Wharton looks at the remains. He runs a hand through his hair, letting out another ragged breath. I can do that. I can. I'll lay them to rest. Try and do right by them somehow. Lost an item, dead priest's bones. Thank you, truly, for what you've done. Give me a second chance, I'll put it to good use. Right. Secrets. Ah, it's done. But Raedric has decided to rededicate Gildfield's abandoned Eothasian temple to a new deity. The entrance to the temple has been cleared, allowing entry for the first time in many years. The vision I saw in the depths of the temple showed me the truth of the priest's fate. Wharton confessed to his part in it once I confronted him. He couldn't say what moved him to keep silent when the temple was sealed, trapping the priest within, but the crime seems to haunt him still. I choose to let him live. Perhaps in time he can come to terms with what he has done and make amends. Alright. Okay, get out of here. Yeah, that was step one. Still got some monsters to kill, but first let's get our fourth party member. We can recruit someone.
Hail and well met.
Here, but yes, birds out. Yeah. What a dreary, dreary village. Margrand's Fork.
Hey.
It's up.
Of course.
Occasion discovered. Shrine of Magran. 55 XP. Durance. Yes, that's the one we need. West to Gilded Vale, south to Oslo Complex, east to Black Meadow. Statue of Margaret, goddess of war and flame. Dozens of names have scratched in the stones at her feet, supplicants seeking her blessing.
Saw you in the flame.
Well, he looked like a very nice, altogether dude. Squatting at the base of this statue is an incredibly ugly man with bulging red cheeks raked by pox scars and a scraggly beard. He's sweating as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellows. But that comparison feels strange and unwelcome. The next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap. And then out of nowhere there's the hint of alchemical fire that fades almost as soon as you identify the smell.
Come to pray at the statue.
The question mark is barely there. As the man makes a statement, the statue takes on a reddish cast, as if one is holding a torch to it, and slowly blossoms into waving flames. The man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms into fire.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway. I swear before the whore that is Margaret, no harm will come to you in her shadow, if that's enough of a promise for you. If not...
Didn't catch your name or why you want to speak with me.
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter? It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from, or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now.
Okay.
If you need a title to hang on me to match your own, Watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
How do you know I was a watcher? I can see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them anyway, one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, its people so careless with the spirits of others and their own, watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place. We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours, all tightened up like a huntsman's knot.
You saw my soul in the flames?
There's things we can teach each other. If you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions, I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their mewling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. I won't take from your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight, which is considerable. Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you.
What kind of marks?
Disease? Spirit wind? Both could have touched you, yet here you stand. As for disease, not all of us were close to water when the pox hit. but it's no longer a passenger in my flesh. It left its marks as well. But like flames, the pox doesn't strike twice, nor is it catching.
Company would be welcome on the road.
Then let us walk together, Watcher.
Alright. Spend time traveling with Durance. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't seem nutty at all. Let's see what character he is. 3rd level priest, Magran, race, meadowfolk. Right. Skills. Mechanics 3. Okay, well, it's one. So we can use, well, increase mechanics with him. Survival stealth. He's a bit a rogue-like priest. What does he use? Well, he uses a, well, Durance robe, light armor. Constitution +2. Okay. Doesn't protect much, but it does give him +2 Constitution. He uses a quarterstaff. And he has a rod, a range, magical range weapon. Is there anything we can give him? No, not for now. Okay. Well, we're complete. Quest added. Trials of Durance. Met a strange priest in Margaret's Fork who claims we have something to gain from questioning one another. Durance says he and I are meant to travel together and what we can teach one another. He's a man of many words who seems to raise more questions than he answers, but if I travel the road long enough with him, perhaps I may discover something worth learning. Oh yes. Travel Ansela Compass, that is to the south. In Gildedville I met Calicia's sister Alfra. Alfra is expecting a child and is worried that she too will give birth to a hollowborn, as have many unlucky women before her. She asked me to travel south to Ansela's Compass, where I can find Ranga, a midwife who is said to know a way to ensure that Alfra's child retains its soul. Yeah, let's do that first. Let's go south. St. Gieran's Horn. Nice names. Got Nua. Yeah, we have to travel. Are we first here? Save. We don't know what's out here. Two villagers stand by one of the tide pools. They are breathing harshly, clearly winded, and look up nervously as you approach.
Hail and well met.
You're here to fish. As we, stranger, you want to avoid the compass proper. Dwarf in the room points to the southeast. Crane shakes his head. A lot of ships wind up spread across the rocks here, so we didn't feel much of the wreckage until we heard something. Terrible noise. I thought maybe it was a survivor, but he wasn't alive. Moving, but not truly alive. What you doing here? Fishing, of course. Except I lost my fishing rod when I found that I had one of those monsters size. We were looking the tide pools over and thought we'd try our luck down by the rocks. Got the fright of our lives. We have to make do with the nets here or go hungry. You said there are a lot of shipwrecks here? The woman nods. All the time. It's a lovely place, but dangerous as anything to sail. Good fishing nowadays. She wipes her brow. I think we'll look further up the coast next time. What do you mean? What did you see? Corpses, walking corpses. We don't want any part of it, whatever the cost. Maybe, might be we can find something in these tide pools and then we're headed straight home. Walking corpses. Wait, did you hear that? Sorry. Holy radiance creates a field of holy radiance around the priest, burning any vessels in the vicinity and regenerating a modest amount of endurance for allies. The power of a priest's holy radiance is modified by how well his reputations aligned with the preferred behaviors of his or her faith. What a mess. Thank you for your help, stranger. Yeah, Xorps always leave a lot of
course.
spears and... All spears and shields behind. Hey, looks like a dragon's head? Page from Fulfana's Travels. Met a helpful Deerwood woman while in Gilded Village. She was an invaluable guide during my time in that sorry village and agreed to accompany me some part of the way towards Anslick's compass. We parted ways in wilds known as Margwan's Fork, but I gave her my amulet so that she might remember me fondly. Perhaps I will return to this land someday after. Okay, let's do this. Of Xorps. Let's use this one. Priest. You're gonna attack him. You're gonna use that.
How may I help?
Okay.
Indeed.
Right, we can sell their stuff later in the village. Fuel and celery. Of mining generation to upgrade and sphere. Yes, we'll give this we'll give the potion to Eothas. He will need it the most. So that's about it. Corpse. Fulfana's letter. How is it that so grand a journey as mine should lead me here? The people of the Deerwood call this pitiable lagoon a sight to see, but all I have experienced here is misfortune. I thought to explore a cavern by the waters only to discover it was home to sporlings. I went to see the vaunted compass and lost the bulk of my letters, when I tripped over some driftwood, and at last I made to inspect the dragon schools nearby, only to be menaced by some foolish little Xorps. I will return to Gilded Village as soon as I catch my breath. At least Xorps do not appear to have fallen. Oh, apparently this is fall. Ivano. 5. ghoul. What kind of... I think that Flames of Devotion will work against this one then. Like some kind of zombie or... Oh, ghoul of course.
I shall.
Pillars... A staple fantasy, but still got its own kind of monsters. Let it go. Yes.
I'm here.
There goes the priest. Yeah, fine. Especially in the earlier level fights can be quite tough. I have to... Overall, I find that in...
I'm here.
Spoilers, but in Pillars 2... just fights like this are quite easy. Seems to be one. Another one. Or maybe I'm just a very lousy role player.
I shall.
Page from Fulvanus Travels. While traveling west towards Gilded Vale, I encountered a fellow traveler of some considerable intelligence, and we engaged in a pleasant conversation. It came to light that the poor fellow had the most execrable pair of boots upon him. I gave him one of my spare sets that he might better appreciate Valyrian craftsmanship. May they serve him well, for he said he intended to cross the wilderness known as the Black Meadow. I cannot imagine it is a pleasant place. Lots of stuff here. The water is quite well done. Like, for instance, in The Witcher, the water is excellent. That's a free game, but it's very convincing. More swords. There you go.
You give me any more gifts and people will start thinking you're playing favorites.
Oops. Well, are we gonna explore the cave later? We need a witch and a... Yeah, Ranga. Let's see what happens. You find yourself facing a Tauran's Amwa woman. Her skin is the warm gold brown of a dying sunset, with pale fish-white patches at throat and hands. Wavy red-brown hair pulled into tight braids around a strip of bare skin that follows the curve of its skull, flows down over broad shoulders.
Well met, friend.
Have you come for medicines and craft rites, or to share the fire? It gestures to the large cauldron nearby. Eothas sent me here. She says that you know some way to ensure that her child is not a hollowborn. Ah, more of Lord Raedric's frightened flock. She nods slowly. You were kind to come all this way, poor Orpha must be beside herself. I imagine she gave you something for payment? Whatever it is, you keep it. I don't need going. I need you to do something for me. Instead, there's a Xorib tribe to the northeast, led by one of their priests. Tana was exiled from there some time ago. This Xorib. And the scouts still lurk about this place, waiting for an opportunity to end his life. The Xorib lets out a rattling squawk, head for drooping. One day I will have to go for supplies, and I will come back to find my sister slain. I will help anyone then. She shakes her head. You rid me of this nuisance, and I will do what I can for offer, and find something for you too. I had to kill the Xoribs on the way here. They won't bother you anymore. Truly, you're very efficient with your favors. Here, something for your trouble. She nods and claps her hand once. Good, then I shall set my full attention now upon the remedy for Alpha. I will get started on the mixture, but I need one more ingredient, some spores from the creatures in that cave there. It's just north of a little stretch of beach. Sporelings, they call them. This useful material. Need one for the mixture. You are welcome to any others you find. We have a third favor for me to do after this. Then she smiles. That is what I need to make the potion offer ask for. If you do not wish to help then, I cannot do anything about that, can I? Yes! Increasing level. Athletics. Stealth. Sneak attack. Oh. Allows the character to imitate the brutal opportunistic strikes of a rogue sneak attack, taking advantage of opponents when they are the most vulnerable. Oh! Jeez. Notice anything? Deep faith. Long hands. Ah, let me sneak attack. That's nice. Athletics. Survival. Bonus neck. Oh, he has the same. Bonus knockdown. That's the provides an additional use for got knockdown per encounter. Early defender. Uses the fighter's awareness while in defender mode. Gunner. Hand style. Two hand style. Two weapon style. line. Frames the character and new defines his yeah, let's fucking the shield still on. This is our tank. That's a very nifty ability. Let's use that. Pity that the other ones didn't level up. But let's see. Yeah, accuracy has improved and for there as well. Save to scout.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
Oh, these types. I've seen them in Bolt's game too. Well, of course I know them. I played this game many times, but being surprised on behalf of you guys.
Lava will be on.
Let's see if I can heal. Yes, I can heal.
See.
Punishes target for a sins, increasing the deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will. Marks a target for retribution, inflicting burn damage and lowering deflection.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye out.
Oh. Dark Spore. Creature slower from injectable. Immune to charm, confused, dominated, frightened, paralyzed, stunned, and terrified. Let's use Minilet's minor missiles. That was apparently a sorceress still living in this age. I actually don't know if we will meet her in this game. Anything else here?
Indeed.
That's it. And Eothas can level up rank. Survival. Lore. Or represents or kills. Okay, what shall we? Miasma of dull-mindedness. Out of 50 points. I want something that can be used on enemies. Busting wounds. Okay, I can use that. Next. Grimoire Slam. Allows the wizard to smash an enemy with a grimoire, energized with spiritual energy, causing large damage and nothing to. Yeah, since he already has to deal with a lot of melee attacks, for some reason I can't keep him out of trouble. We're gonna use that one. And here we're gonna look up Ranga. And I think after that, we're gonna call it a day. Got lots of other games to play, and well, I also got a personal life. Well, not much of a personal life. Cooped up at home like the rest of you. But it is beautiful here. I'm living in the Netherlands, and right now, at the moment of recording this, there's a lot of snow and ice. Really like that.
How do you do?
Careful with those sporelings, they have a way with mind, and it taps your temple lightly. That's why the spores are so useful, really. I have some spores here. So you do. Excellent. Give one here, and I'll add it to the cauldron. Should not take long. The mixture's ready. Take this to Eothas. Tell her to drink it before bed, as it induces sleep. She should not find herself more. She should find herself more energetic in the mornings. Tell her to eat more fish and cheese. The potion will sustain the healthy appetite. Grant her strength. She's a rather frail woman, from what I remember of her. Wait, I thought this was a cure. I can tend to ailments of the body. I cannot cure an affliction of the soul. Certainly not one inflicted by the gods. Iron crosses her arms. I've explained many times. People will believe what they want. So let her believe. Perhaps that will help. Faith is a powerful thing. In the meantime, she will feel much improved. And if her child should not be claimed by the legacy, then he will be born healthy. That I will promise. Well, she is right. Fine. I'll be going then. I've done what I can as promised. Tell Eothas I wish her well. Is there anything I can buy from her?
Well met, friend.
You can use some rest if you don't mind sharing your camp. After all you've done for me, you're quite welcome. Get some sleep by the fire and I will keep an eye on the tide. You like to rest for 8 hours? Yes. You wake to the sensation of being shaken and you open your eyes to see Adair standing over you. His hand jostling your shoulder. He looks concerned. Your eyes are heavy and your vision blurred. The vague unease of unremembered nightmares clouding your thoughts. You're not sure you slept all the previous nights.
Hey! Hey! You're awake? Good. You were kind of thrashing around, eyes rolled back in your head. You were shaking. Trying to snap you out of it for a long time now. Thought I was gonna have to get a bucket of cold water. You don't seem like you get much rest at night. You got those dark circles under your eyes.
Not lately, in my dark dreams and whispers.
It's the Watcher thing, then. I'm sure it just takes some time to adjust is all. I'll try to let it sort itself out. But you'd better wake up faster next time. Trust me, you don't want that bucket of cold water.
Okay, everybody's happy again. Up and at him.
How may I help?
Yeah, more spells. Use Grimross.
Yes?
Grimoire Slam. What kind of wares does he
Well
have?
met, friend.
50, here you are. Camping supplies. How much money? What is this? Remove black sea crash. Alright. Well, that's
Of course.
enough for that now. Let's save. Yes. And well, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. And I will see you in the next part. Well, we're gonna visit Afra. And I also think we're gonna rescue the blacksmith supplies. Goodbye.